Folks, the latest silver producer has reported their third quarter results. Guanajuato Silver has reported their latest earnings, and while the company hasn't sold off on the results, quite frankly, they weren't that great, with numbers deteriorating on a quarter-over-quarter basis. On top of that, in fairness, the equity has been weak in recent days, which may be why there wasn't a whole lot of selling pressure on Friday upon the release of the results. Folks, we're nearing the end of the current earnings cycle. We're talking earnings. We're talking Guanajuato Silver. Let's dive in. All right, let's start off at the high level. Guanajuato in the third quarter posted revenues of $18.3 million, a 17% improvement on a year-over-year basis. However, it was an 11% sequential decline from $20.6 million in the second quarter. Cost of sales declined 11% on a year-over-year basis and 9% sequentially, coming in at $17.8 million versus $20 million last year. Mine operating earnings improved $500,000, a substantial improvement from a loss of $4.3 million in the third quarter of 2023. Despite the year-over-year improvement, however, mine operating earnings were nearly cut in half from the $900,000 recorded in the second quarter. Overall, Guanajuato reported a net loss of $4.9 million or 1 cent per share in the third quarter versus a loss of $7.1 million in the year-ago period and a $2.7 million loss in the second quarter. The company was also quick to highlight that 40% of the quarter's net loss was non-cash items, such as derivative losses related to a gold loan. Adjusted EBITDA fared better, coming in at $900,000 versus negative $3.6 million in Q3 of 2023, but still down from the $1.9 million recorded last quarter. Cash as of the end of the quarter sat at $1.6 million, compared to $2.2 million as of the end of the second quarter. The company also closed an $8.7 million financing post-quarter end. Working capital deteriorated to negative $20.5 million versus $19.6 million in the third quarter of 2023 and $16.8 million as of the end of the second quarter. To Guanajuato's credit, however, the third quarter marked a milestone with the repayment of a US $7.5 million gold and silver prepayment facility to OCIM Metals and Mining, which follows the repayment of a $5 million prepayment facility to Ocean Partners in the second quarter. Moving on to the production data, Guanajuato produced 780,000 ounces of silver equivalent in the third quarter, which was down 5% on a sequential basis and 1% on a year-over-year basis. Production consisted of 414,000 ounces of silver, 3,600 ounces of gold, 807,000 pounds of lead, and 926,000 pounds of zinc. Silver production in the third quarter accounted for 50% of revenue, while gold accounted for 43%, compared to 55% and 36% respectively in the year-ago period. A total of 749,000 silver equivalent ounces were sold in the third quarter, with silver sold at an average price of $29.43 an ounce, a 25% improvement year over year, while gold averaged out to a sales price of just under $2,500 an ounce, a 28% improvement. In terms of costing, cash cost per silver equivalent ounce declined by 10% year over year, falling from $20.72 an ounce to $18.78. All-in sustaining cost, or AISC, comparatively declined by 9%, dropping from $26.22 per ounce to $23.88. The improvement was a credit to CapEx investments over the last year that focused on operational efficiencies at all four operating mines. Well, the company elected to not touch on it within their third quarter earnings release. Guanajuato during the third quarter saw several management changes. The changes began early in the quarter, with the resignation of Ramon Davila, the president of the company, as well as a director. In announcing his departure, Davila said that it was time to spend more time with his family and other pursuits, after spending 3 years at Guanajuato. Within his departure remarks, he suggested that he would be staying with the company as an advisor for an undetermined amount of time. A replacement for his role was not named, with the responsibilities of Davila to be handed off to Carlos Silva, Chief Operating Officer of Guanajuato. And then in early September, Guanajuato added Juan Martin Peña to the role of VP of Operations in Mexico. Peña previously served as the operations director for Grupo Mexico, one of the largest miners in the country, and as the general manager of the Del Toro mine that was previously operated by First Majestic Silver. The company then closed out the quarter with the retirement of the father and son team of Gerardo and Hernan Dorado, whom are pursuing new business interests. Gerardo served as the VP of projects for the company, while Hernan was a director and chief strategy officer. The duo served as initial partners in Guanajuato when it was a single asset developer. All right, so let's wrap it up. Was it the best quarter that Guanajuato has had? No. But in fairness, it was a second consecutive quarter of mine operating income, as well as the second quarter in a row that they saw positive adjusted EBITDA. It was also their second highest quarter of top line revenue, period, which can be attributed to the rising prices of precious metals, but who's counting? Going forward, however, the company needs to continue to cut costs. While there were improvements in costing on a per ounce basis, they still aren't making money, so costs still need to be reduced. One could argue that this is a company built for a higher silver price environment, which may be fair, but it still needs the ability to hold down the fort until that time arrives. The bright side is that the recent $8 million financing, for which Eric Sprott was a lead order, will go a long way towards that effort. All right, everybody, we are wrapping up earnings season, but we're still looking for stories to cover. If there are any companies, developments, news releases, things like that you want us to cover, let us know in the comments section. Also, what do you think of Guanajuato Silver? I know it's a popular name on the CEO.ca board and on FinTwit and StockTwits, but what do you guys think? If you're long, let us know. If you were long and sold, let us know. We always appreciate all the feedback we get. All right, everybody, thank you for watching.